7-year-old Aaron Ralston biked 15 miles into the remote canyonlands of southeastern Utah, planning an 8-hour solo hike through Blue John Canyon. The experienced mountaineer and mechanical engineer had quit his corporate job to pursue his passion for climbing. That afternoon, while descending through a narrow section of the Slot Canyon, disaster struck. As Ralston climbed down from a suspended boulder, it suddenly shifted, first smashing his left hand and then crushing his right hand and wrist against the canyon wall. The 800-pound chalkstone had him completely pinned 100 feet below the desert surface and 20 miles from the nearest paved road. Ralston had broken his own first rule of solo hiking by not telling anyone where he was going. With only 350 milliliters of water and 2 burritos, he knew rescue was unlikely. For 3 days, he tried everything to free himself. He attempted to chip away at the boulder with his dull multi-tool knife, but barely made a scratch. He rigged a pulley system with his climbing rope, but couldn't budge the massive rock. As his water ran out, he was forced to drink his own urine. On the 4th day, convinced he would die, Ralston carved his name, birth date, and presumed date of death into the canyon wall. He videotaped goodbye messages to his family, preparing for the end. But on the 5th day, something changed. Ralston had a vivid hallucination of himself, playing with a future child while missing part of his right arm. This vision gave him the belief that he would live. When he woke on the 6th day, his trapped arm had begun to decompose. Desperately, he realized he could break his radius and ulna bones using torque against the boulder. He snapped both bones, then began the agonizing hour-long process of amputating his own arm with the dull 2-inch knife. He cut through skin, muscle, and tendons, using the pliers on his multi-tool for the tougher tissue. Using tubing from his camelback as a tourniquet, he carefully managed the bleeding. Once free, Ralston's ordeal was far from over. He rappelled down a 65-foot wall with one arm, then hiked 7 miles toward his truck. After walking for hours, he encountered a Dutch family on vacation who gave him water and alerted authorities. A helicopter picked him up just 4 hours after his self-amputation. Ralston had lost 40 pounds and 25% of his blood volume, but he was alive. The incident later inspired the 2010 film 127 Hours that captured what it meant to endure 6 days alone in a canyon and brought international attention to Ralston's survival. The real story, however, remains one of the most extreme self-rescue cases ever documented.